Welcome to CBS This Morning. Police in Ferguson, Missouri are searching for at least one gunman who shot two officers overnight. The cell phone video captured the moment of the shooting. It happened during a protest outside Ferguson Police Headquarters.
The gunfire sparked a dramatic police response. The two wounded officers are in serious condition this morning. Mike Colombo of our St. Louis affiliate KMOV is at the shooting scene in Ferguson. Mike, good morning.
Good morning. Last night's chaos has given way to calm this morning as the search continues for a shooter or shooters in Ferguson, Missouri. Those officers were shot a few hundred feet from where I'm standing near that crime scene van. We understand both wounded officers suffered non-life-threatening injuries. One was shot in the face, the other was shot in the shoulder. Neither officer works for the Ferguson Police Department. They both work for outside agencies here in the St. Louis area. Both of them were brought in to help with last night's demonstrations. These shots were fired just after midnight as hours of tense protests were winding down.
Got an officer down.
The gunfire came from across the street, sending officers and demonstrators scrambling for safety.
Everybody down on the ground. I heard a police got shot.
Once we dug down, we saw the cop was shot right next to us. Bullets were really right past my head.
The injured officers are employed by the Webster Groves and St. Louis County Police Departments. One of them, seen here, being taken to an ambulance.
There were several officers standing right there together when this happened. They were shot just because they were police officers.
John Belmar is St. Louis County's police chief.
A St. Louis County officer was struck in the shoulder, and a Webster Groves police officer was struck in the face.
The violence came hours after Ferguson's mayor announced that the city's police chief, Tom Jackson, would be stepping down.
He felt that this was the best way forward.
Jackson is the sixth Ferguson official to leave in the last week. He's been heavily criticized for his department's response to last August's killing of unarmed teen Michael Brown and the department's reaction to the protests that followed. According to a report released by the Department of Justice last week, the problems are far-reaching. Ferguson's approach to law enforcement both reflects and reinforces racial bias. In his resignation letter published Wednesday, the chief of 5 years wrote it was an honor to serve and that he will continue to assist the city in any way he can. Belmar says that the volatile relationship between law enforcement and the community cannot go on.
It's very difficult to sustain this without injury to the public and without injuries to our police officers.
Both injured officers are at the hospital this morning with their families. We expect an update on their conditions and the search for suspects at a news conference later this morning.